So, Ball JC3 here, the bowler of YouTube. The Generals have been updated and upgraded. It's about time for a MyTeam video. We picked up Kevin Durant from the Domination Packs as well as the high-flying Blake Griffin. And we picked up, for a smooth 5K coins off the auction block, the Beast, Anthony Davis. Okay, he's going to be man in the middle for us. This is our 7th seed championship game, so if we win this one, we're off to the 6th seed. And we're off to face the opponents there. Now, in upcoming episodes, I will explain while I have the team the way I have it, why I don't have a gold point guard, why I have 2 big men. It's just my philosophy behind things here before I can start to use the Ruby Jordans and stuff like that. I don't know. That's a million MT points. Hoping I can get there. Right now, I'm not sitting at a million, I can tell you that. Well, the purpose of this episode right here is I got the papers. You could probably hear them. Alright, bam. Right in front of me. Old school paper, dude. We're going to be taking a look at and having a discussion here, and this is a really good discussion where you can leave feedback in the comments section down below on as this gameplay goes on. And it's about the one and done players in college basketball. And going back to the national championship game on Monday night, where Duke won over, they triumphed over Wisconsin, the Badgers. And in this game in particular, you know, there are a lot of other teams that have this, I wouldn't call it issue, but somewhat is to the coaches and the organizations, to the programs, I should say. So we're looking at this here. It's players, one and done players. For Duke, you know, most likely the freshmen, okay? Besides Grayson Allen, who came in and was a huge spark plug for them at the end of that game, we're looking at players like Tyus Jones, Justice Winslow, and Jahlil Okafor, all going to be one and dones. Jahlil Okafor could most likely and probably will be the #1 pick in the upcoming draft. Moving on to Wisconsin now, we do have more young players, not one and dones, which we will be talking about a lot here, but players like Nigel Hayes. We got Frank Kaminsky, who's a senior. We also got another high draft pick projected to be first rounder, Sam Decker, a forward at 6'9", really shot the ball well throughout the whole tournament, with the exception of the last game. But the team has picked up the slack. They almost won that game. So what we're talking about here is I really saw a lot of players from these teams last night that aren't going to be there next year. Unlike Grayson Allen, who I don't think he's ready for the NBA personally, but he really did put on a show. If he doesn't think he's fully developed, I mean, stay in school, man. Get the academics. Stay in school another year. Play for the best coach, Krzyzewski. You know, do some work. And he's really going to improve. But a lot of these players are just so talented. I mean, Tyus Jones, they're talking about him last night. He played for his 8th grade. He played as an 8th grader on his high school team. I mean, so a lot of these players have already been developed from a young age. And it's not only teams like Duke and Wisconsin that have these really talented players. Another one-and-done team. Guess it in your mind right now. Guess it in your mind is Harrison Barnes tries to baseline. BAM! Get out of here, boy. Knocking people down in the paint. Man, he going in there like a beast, man. He got that ferocious on, man. Man, he's just trying to survive. He's just trying to get in. He's trying to keep his spot on the team. But in that move, he didn't show like he was trying to survive. He really flushed that one down, eh? He really flushed that one down, eh? Alright, so back to this conversation here that we're having, Squad JC3. Kentucky is the team. Kentucky is the team with a lot of one-and-dones. You got Karl Anthony Towns. Now, it could be either him or Okafor. I'm thinking like 1-2 in the NBA draft. Of course, you got the Harrison twins, who, I mean, it's an anomaly now with that talent staying in another year. And you think about it, you're thinking about the Harrison twins right now. You're like, oh yeah, they won a championship. The crazy thing is they didn't win a national title either year with all that success they had. If you can remember back to last year, you know, the crazy shot was hit against Wisconsin. I believe it was Aaron Harrison who hit the shot. And this year, of course, they were undefeated and lost to Wisconsin. But I personally believe, just a side note here, if they would have had one loss, say they lost their first game of the whole season, I think they would have gone on to win the whole thing. It was the pressure building up of being undefeated, and they had to keep that going. But these one and dones, Tyler Ulis, he's going to be staying in school, I believe. His body just physically not mature enough for the NBA, and a lot of these guys. I mean, if you're looking at Tyus Jones, he's talented, but he's only 190 pounds and 6'1", so he's going to be a small player in the NBA. I don't know how they're going to beef him up. I don't know how they're going to get him swole. But this is some of the stuff they have to look at. Are these players talented enough to go? Yes. But should the NBA, lots of talks about the NBA, like playoff format, all that stuff, but let's stay on this. Should the NBA require players to play 2 years in college? Now, they did push it back to go from straight out of high school to 1 year in college, but I feel like these players are now just using college as a platform for the NBA. Like, I can't speak for them if they care about their education or not, but I really don't see how you can get the most value out of it if you're only attending school for 1 year and then you're doing the rest of the studies. I don't know how they do them online, whatever they do, get tutor, do it on a long road trip. I don't know when they do them at home, before games. In the NBA, I'm talking about when these players are in the NBA. But I don't know, I just feel like college basketball now, it could be more competitive, it could be better like in the old days when Christian Laettner and all these guys stayed for 4 years. They were dominant for 4 years on that Duke team, 88 to 92. Check out that 30 for 30, by the way. I hate Christian Laettner. That was a good one. So leave your feedback in the comment section down below if you feel like the NBA should require these guys to stay in school for 2 years, and maybe that will push them to stay in school all 4. Because if you look at Kaminsky as a quick example, look at the growth of him over all 4 years. His freshman year, he hardly even played. But then he stayed in school, he got better, he matured, and now I feel like he is ready for the NBA. But I say keep him in school, it'll make for better rivalries, and it'll turn college basketball into more than just a betting game around the month of March and a platform for the NBA alone. Real good game here, more gameplay is coming out soon, Squad JC3. We had a good game, and really on my team here, quick note on my team before this video ends, we have stars, and I believe in star players on teams, like Kevin Durant's our star, but I want any player to score on any given night. Any player can step up. Tell your friends, more videos coming soon. JC3 out.